You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All right, folks. I got to do this here before I go to my next guest. Sauntore Thomas of Detroit is filing a second lawsuit. First of all, before I even go there, please, by all means.
No charcoal grills are allowed.
I'm white. I got you, huh?
Yeah, illegally selling water without a permit
On my property.
Whoa! Hey!
You don't live here.
I'm uncomfortable.
All right, Sauntore Thomas of Detroit, okay, so he's filed his lawsuit. Well, here's what happened. Okay, the brother had filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against his former employer, okay? He gets a settlement. He then goes to TCF Bank in Livonia to cash the check. They refuse to cash or deposit the check. What do these white folks do? They call the cops to initiate a fraud investigation. Guess what Thomas doing? Suing a trifling ass for race discrimination, saying the bank mistreated and humiliated him by calling 4 police officers when all he was doing was depositing a legitimate check. Now, according to the police, the bank's computer system read the checks as fraudulent. Y'all, he didn't walk in there with a publisher's clearinghouse check. Right. Bank spokesman Tom Winterberg said that TCF abhors racism, and it was not a factor in how the bank handled Thomas's request. He said the checks Thomas presented displayed a watermark that read void when they were scanned in a web viewer. Now, that must be something, Greg, to have a racial discrimination settlement.
Bro.
And now you about to have a second racial discrimination settlement?
Come on, bro.
Man, this brother hit the lottery twice.
Man, I mean, what blew my mind was when he sat down, and then the sister was like, well, I will go back. Let me go back and check. And she didn't even go back to check.
Right.
She went directly to call the police.
She did.
He gave her the number of his lawyer, said, call. He did this, and what he said was, I'm just going to remain calm, because I know if I go off in here, I'm going to jail.
Erica, I don't understand. How hard is it to say, sir, this is the issue that we have?
Yes.
This is the check. This watermark that's on the check is prohibiting us. It is telling us that blah, 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 blah. How is it that your first reaction, and this always happens with black people,
Always.
the first reaction is to call a popo?
Oh, and if that was the true account, this brother had 3 checks. The 2 larger checks, he asked for those checks to be deposited into his account. The smaller check is the one that he wanted cash. And so this is what I have an issue with in Tom's statement. When he talks about this man, he goes on to talk about this abhorring racism and discrimination, which I think that ought to be a statement that ought to be struck from any PR firm, anyone that goes on the defense to talk about why they did something. But Tom then goes on to say in his statement how much money this man had in that account. That has nothing to do. If he put 2 of the larger checks into his account, that means that they're there for clearance. That means that all of the proper channels have to be, checked in order for that money to be deposited into his account. A $13,000 check is the one that he actually wanted cashed. And so I'm having a hard time with a black man walking into a banking establishment, having 4 police officers to then interrogate him when it was none of their damn business in the first place, wanting legal documents that's none of their damn business anyway, something that had nothing to do with them. And he's saying that this is happening to me. I am a veteran. I have stood for a country that has not stood for me. I am black. Had I been white, this would not have even been happening. He was not arrested, no charges were filed, but he knew that the intimidation tactics that were employed on him, had he not kept his cool, like you said, Dr. Carr, it could have been a whole different scenario. So this kind of like rigmarole and brother is going to get paid again, it really just makes no sense. This is the black.
We knew it with no black people at the bank.
Let me tell you something. Tom really going to abhor racism after that next check when we cut. He's really going that poor racism.
All I'm saying is, white people in Michigan, y'all better put his picture up because he gonna be collecting. If y'all,
let me tell you, if homeboy's going to cash a $13,000 check, he about to be probably cash a $130,000 check from this bank out there.
But didn't he take the checks and go to the other bank? He went to another bank and just put the checks to Eric's point.
The thing is this.
Right, it was that branch.
But it was that branch. But the thing is this. There are safeguards in place when it comes to tech fraud.
No question.
But the most important thing is this. You got him on camera. You got a copy of his ID. You have every piece of information.
He gave you his lawyer's phone number.
He gave you the lawyer's phone number.
A brother don't. It's the same as a brother who got 12 years in prison with a cell phone in Mississippi. Ain't nobody who trying to do wrong gonna give your ass the phone to charge you if they thought it was illegal.
That's right.
That's just how crazy it is. But I keep telling you,
That's right.
I appreciate all you crazy ass white people for what y'all do. First of all, I want y'all keep messing with black people, y'all gonna get fired. That means that we can apply for your jobs. And so y'all keep doing this.
You're a good job.
We're going to keep suing and going to keep getting paid. So I'm just trying to say, y'all want to keep doing it. And so some of y'all out there keep asking me, especially these crazy, what them foolish black Republicans like, what if that was a segment called Crazy Ass Black People? That's called mainstream media.
Come on,
That's
son.
right. Come on.
Come on.
This is unfiltered time.
Man,
Come on.
That's right.
You don't have Malik and Deontay tweeting your way, son.
Right, yeah. Bring your ass, Deontay. Bring your ass.
That's right.
So if you don't like Crazy Ass White People segment, tell white people, stop being crazy. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, the Congressional Black Caucus, they are calling for a national emergency meeting of black leadership. It is called the Future of Black America, a call to action. It's a two-day conference taking place February 3rd and February 4th. Now, February 3rd will be taking place at the Hyatt Regency Washington Capitol Hill. On February 4th, it will be taking place in the auditorium in the Visitor Center on Capitol Hill. Their goal, of course, is to have a variety of plenary sessions and workshops covering key issues impacting African Americans. Those will include discussing issues, strategies, and the work needed in various communities dealing with the census, but also the 2020 election. And for more information on this, you can go to cbc.house.gov/2020 summit, cbc.house.gov/2020 summit. I'm going to be moderating one of the sessions on February 3rd. Also, Roland Martin Unfiltered is going to be live streaming both days, February 3rd and February 4th. That's one of the reasons why we created this platform. So we certainly thank Chairwoman Karen Bass for reaching out to us to assist in this. And so it is a two-day national emergency meeting, call to action for national African American leadership. That summit taking place February 3rd and February 4th. So please, folks, for more information, go to cbc.house.gov/2020 summit. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.